Okay, in case this is helpful to anyone, this is Dayton Tube Axial Fan. This case is 24-inch, but I see there's a lot of them that are very similar. Different sizes, but the idea is similar, and I couldn't find any instructions. So, in case this is helpful to anyone, one thing I had to do over and over is assembling this flywheel. Don't take the terms literally. In any case, it comes in pieces. So the gray came in a box, this black thing came in a box. This small square thing, apparently they call it a key, that was in the bag. And the instruction doesn't tell you any of all this, so I had to piece it together. So you're supposed to put this piece onto the shaft with the pin, the key inside, and then to put the gray wheel on top of it, and then you tighten the bolts, and very easily, because you want to clamp it all down together. So like, a half a turn, a quarter turn, 1 turn around. So this has 3 holes that are not threaded and 3 holes, actually it's the opposite, three holes that are partially threaded, like only inside it's threaded, and then 3 holes that are not threaded at all. And then the black thing also has that. So I wasn't sure how to... Okay, so the correct way is to put the bolts through the completely smooth holes in the gray piece, and then they thread into the black piece. Okay, now I put it in at the beginning. I pushed it all the way up to the base of the motor, and then it was making a noise and I didn't understand why. Okay, turns out it's not supposed to be all the way in, so I'm consulting AI. So it says, yeah, keep it an 1/8 of an inch. So I don't know if you could see it. This is more like, I don't know, 1/2 inch. He said maybe even 1/4 of an inch. And then when I was putting it on, I found out another thing that I didn't know, I didn't understand the first time. So I just discovered it when I took it apart, that this black thing has a set screw where you lock it in. It's aligned with the key. So inside, on the black thing, but it's like, it's not on anywhere in the circle. It's right here where the key is. There's a small set screw. It's an Allen key, maybe 32nds, and tighten it, and then you see you want to tighten it onto the key. So if the wheel was any further in, I would not be able to tighten it on the key. Rather, the set screw would try to attach to the spindle itself, or the shaft itself. Okay, then I put it together. This was confusing, no instructions, and maybe this is makes sense, but this is a bit of a struggle. So these are the jack, whatever they call it, the jack bolts. So this is, to understand how this works. So this is basically these threads, they bottom down here, and then that's how they create the tension to pull the motor away from the wheel like this that's inside. So that comes already assembled. So actually I would say the first step you would want it came, by me, it came when it was on the highest position. I would use that highest position to mount the screws so you could get underneath it. And then after you mount the motor to the thing, also took me time to understand where do I mount it, because there's so many holes, nothing indicates, so I can't really tell you what I did, and I don't know if it's going to be the same for you, but that was a little bit frustrating. Okay, so I would connect this and then lower it to get the belts on, and then create tension. Now, I wish I knew a straightforward way to do this, because you gotta create tension with the jack bolts and then lock it in, and then you need also a certain tension with the belts. So you're trying to get as much, and then there's the front and the back, and everything starts playing a part, and getting it all aligned together was not fun. Then this is the housing for the pulley thing. So eventually, this jack bolt also has a matching size. So in the bag, I got 4 sets of this, so 2 washers for each, a nut and a bolt, times 4. And then this is a different size, a little bit bigger. And where would I put the bolt? Is it underneath to lock it somehow, or? So that took time to figure out. After I finished, I realized actually this is the bracket to hold the case of this thing. I assume this is correct. And then this bolt is used to lock it down. I think that's kind of all the points so far. Oh, actually, so now I see there's very narrow space over here. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to try to bend the metal somehow to give it a little bit more clearance. But if I knew this in advance, I would pull this gray thing out, this whole assembly out, further out. You see there's still some of the spindle sticking out. I would pull it out like 1/8 of an inch more to give some more clearance in the back, as I would find that to be helpful. Okay, that's it for now. Hope this is helpful to someone.